Good morning, Level Up fam. How is my tribe today? Welcome into Level Up Live. And this autumn, we are all about gratitude on Thursdays. We are celebrating every season of life, and today's focus is Treasured Thursday. So, we're going to celebrate the wisdom, joy, and treasures that come with age. So, this should be a great conversation. I want to welcome everybody in who's been in previous lives this morning, who I've seen online already, and go over and say hey to some of the folks who are in the chat already. We've got a little bit of a slow start with folks joining today, but that's okay. We are here, and we are here for the gratitude. So first one in is mod extraordinaire, John. John, thank you so much for coming in, my friend. I know you were on the road earlier, so I hope that you are someplace safe now. And Eddie Lugo Studios, yo, Brooklyn in the house. How are you, Eddie? Thank you so much for coming in, my friend. I appreciate you. And Deb Rogers coming in from halfway around the world. How are you, Deb? So great that you are here. Hi to you, and I look forward to talking to you in just a little while. So great that you made it into the live. And Scotty J Travels with a big whoop, whoop. Big time. Wow. Okay. That's a lot of excitement for the morning. I appreciate it, Scotty. Age this morning, my back was so stiff. I thought, oh my God, welcome to my 60s. Oh, I hear you there, Deb. Yesterday I woke up and my left hip felt like somebody had punched me in the hip. It was so sore all day for no reason. All I did was sleep. That's all I did. And yet horrible pain. It was ridiculous. So Danny Dizzle is in the house with a yo. How are you, Danny? Thank you for coming in and saying hey to other people. And Denise, Bone Tired Travelers, hearts to you, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. I always love when you guys say hey to each other and keep the conversation moving. Captain Controversy, Scott from Scottsdale, the hardest working man on YouTube, coming in with the CME raid hashtag. Thank you so much for joining this morning. And it was great to have Kurt and Marcia back on the air. So Danny is saying hey to Denise and throwing some hearts. And good morning or evening, says Laura, which is the right thing to say because for some of our viewers, the ones in Australia, it is like 10:30 at night. So or later. So yeah, that's the right approach to take. Linda Toman creates. Good morning so much, Linda. Thanks so much for coming in. And and Scott says, woo, we can say that again. Love the shout outs back and forth. It is level up time. It is Thursday, and this is our time. So Nightbot is working. It is reminding you of a fundraiser that Helping Hands for Cruising runs all year long, which is through Giving Bean. It is a coffee and tea promotion. So if you already order your coffee or tea online, you can go over, check out Giving Bean, order your coffee in pods, beans, ground, however you like it, and get some of the best coffee out there. And Helping Hands for Cruising gets a portion of the sales. So it's a win-win. It's also important that you know that Nightbot is running. So if you'd like to drop your hashtag, the hashtag tribe, TRIBE, Nightbot will drop the link to your YouTube channel so other people can find you. Speaking of which, I am currently 8 subscribers away from my next milestone of 250 subscribers. So I have 8 to go. That's it. And it's tormenting me that I haven't reached that milestone yet. So if you can, share it out. Make sure that you're pressing the thumbs up so you feed the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate it so much, and it counts more than ever now. So Lee is here. Speaking of someone who is joining us from halfway around the world, Lee is joining us from the UK. So thanks so much for coming in. Glad Danny is doing well. Folks saying hey, and Aaron, hello. Welcome in, Aaron Smith. So great that you are here. Foodies Vacations, thank you so much, Vicky. Great show yesterday, and I enjoy it anytime I have the opportunity to join you on your morning show. A lot of times I have conflicting meetings, but when I'm free, I'm there. And Captain Billy J Travels, ahoy there, everybody. Ahoy there, Jenny from the block. The real captain is here. Oh, my goodness. Now, Sea Leg Journeys is coming in. Chet saying happy Thursday. And yesterday was Chet's level up day. So if you did not congratulate him on his achievement of reaching another level in life, make sure to reach out and do that. Folks saying hey to each other, which I love. Big bro in Sweden for work. He'll be there for 2 weeks. Oh, wow. I've never been to Sweden. That is definitely one of those places that I would love to go to. So everyone shouting out to each other, loving that. And yeah, CME raid, how long had it been? It's been a few weeks here that they've been off. So it's great to have them back in the house. So everyone shouting out to each other. Ron from DeFam Adventures coming in. Good morning, Ron, and good morning to you. He's saying good morning to all. Oh, it was the last week of August. Holy cow. So it has been like 3-4 weeks since we've seen them. It was great having them back on the air this morning, and I hope we can see more of them. So loving the shout outs. And question from John to Chet, do you feel a whole year older? Okay, it depends. I think it depends on the day how we feel. So yep, last Friday in August. Oh my goodness. And Shannon Marsden. Hello, Shannon. Thank you for being here and thank you for being awake to say good morning to us this morning. Great to talk to you today. And more shout outs. Here we go. Love this. I want to make sure. Yep. Here's another happy birthday Chet mix. Always a good thing and always something to celebrate. Chet said good morning. He had to admit he's in a funk today. Very rare and unusual for you. Well, I'm sorry that you're in a funk. And have you tried squeakies or snuggling with one or both of the dogs? Because I always find that kind of puts my brain back in a good place. But ride it out. You're allowed. You don't have to be on and perfect every day. So awesome. What? It's Chetnik's birthday. It was yesterday. Hugs and double squeakies for Chet. There we go. And Shannon is, of course, dropping her favorite hashtag that we have on our channel, #3way, which will tell you when it comes to sex at my age, I like threesomes in case one of us dies. Make sure that you be sure to like the stream. Thank you, Vicky. I appreciate that. It has become more and more important with the YouTube algorithm to like content that you are enjoying. It feeds into how it recommends people and what ratings and if you retain subscribers and all kinds of things. So it is kind of a big deal. I appreciate you saying it, Vicky. Definitely. And good morning, Janice. So great to have you in. Okay. Happy late Jetmix birthday. I love it. And coming in the Conscious Cruiser channel saying hello to everyone. Now, if you are already listening to the podcast that Chet, Scott, and Elisa put out every Monday, which is available on Spotify or here on YouTube, they have been rotating their channels as to who's hosting the Conscious Cruiser. And in just, I believe, 2 more episodes, everyone is going to be on the Conscious Cruiser channel. So, with the Conscious Cruiser channel, if you haven't already, please drop the hashtag tribe so everyone can find the Conscious Cruiser. Subscribe there so you don't miss any episodes of the podcast. And make sure you check them out on Spotify. It's great to listen to them. So, more folks shouting out. Gotta love that. And Chet coming in on the Fluttering Dreams, saying hey to us from there. Appreciate that. And anytime I can catch anyone's lives in the morning, it's always good. I agree. I agree with you, Ron. And a happy birthday here from Shannon. Hey to Fluttering Dreams, more happy birthdays. That is awesome. And Mr. Paul S. Vines, PSV Odyssey coming in. Howdy to you, sir. Driving and listening. Be careful out there. There's a lot of crazies. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. Great. Danny saying that her brother left Monday sometime and he has to take 4 planes to get there because of mechanical issues. Holy cow, 4 planes. I don't like taking more than 1 stopover, let alone 3 stopovers and 4 planes. That's crazy. Yikes. Ryan Scott coming in to represent a Scott count. Thank you so much for being here. Awesome to have you. So anyway, let's see. What else do we have? Vicky shouting out to pretty much everyone. Here we go. I was curious for when I turned 61. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I think you're squeaking the squeakies now. It's helping. Good. Therapeutic. It's a good thing. I'm guessing this year's booze cruise that Marsha and Kirk were referring to when they said they were still going on. I believe it is, and I know that Denise is going too. So put some Parliament on the record player, Chester. Love it. There's all kinds of suggestions to get you out of the funk. Thank you for sharing me out, Lee. I appreciate it so much. So great that you are sharing and all of that. CME Traveling popped in to say hello to all. It was great seeing you both this morning. Thank you for being in here. And I hope you are feeling better. I know that kind of recovery is not linear and can take some time. So wishing you a speedy recovery as you can have. And here we go. Yes, Aaron, a few of us are going on the elation. So there we go. Awesome, awesome. Folks shouting out to Kurt. And Fluttering Dreams dropping the hashtag tribe. That way you will get welcomed and your link will be shared. We like to support each other around here, so make sure that you are doing that. I am going to scroll through a bunch of chats here. Double squeaky power for chat along with extra energy from Sensei Webbit. Absolutely, Aaron. I think that those double squeakies are definitely appropriate. And Denise points out that that is 4 opportunities to lose luggage. That was the same thing that I was thinking. So he left from Chicago airport. I get that. But as soon as you start making stops, more chances. So I think he made it. Mom talked to him mostly. Okay, Danny. Well, hopefully he made it there without any issues. So here we go. Aaron is saying sounds about right to Denise. And we've got someone new coming in, Fast Cars and Motorbike. Hi, new to YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us this morning and welcome in. Love this. Folks saying hey and good morning. And That I will do for sure, Vicky. Oh, okay. Music Man, play your favorite tune that you love to sing. I agree. I think music, and like I said, snuggling with the dogs or the other pets. I know people have other pets, but for me personally, with the dog, just that cuddle is so awesome. So fabulous. Okay, so the cruise they were talking about is Carnival Elation, October 27th from Jacksonville. Haven't been to Jacksonville in decades, and I know that the city has changed immensely. So at some point, I've got to get back there. So let's dive in. Now that we've been talking for half of our time with saying hellos, which I love, don't get me wrong, but let's dive in and talk about treasures that come with time and things that we treasure and things that we value more with time, maybe than we did when we were younger. So, for example, my parents and my sister are getting ready to move, and they're moving overseas. And I find that I am treasuring the time that I'm getting to spend with them so much more now, thinking about the fact that they are going to be twice the distance away from me that they are now. They're already out in Arizona, and now they're going to be, instead of a 4-hour plane ride, like an 8-hour plane ride away. And that's something, because both my parents are in their 80s, and I really treasure that time, and I know that they won't be there forever. So, yes. I agree, Denise, our parents, huge thing. Let's see what Fast Cars and Motorbike says. We'll put car race and motorbikes on the channel, just starting out and working on your channel. Well, great. We look forward to it. And if you would like to drop your hashtag tribe, TRIBE, so other folks can find your channel and subscribe, that would be fantastic. So I've talked about my parents and obviously my sister, and valuing those relationships and treasuring those relationships in a way that maybe I didn't value as much when I was younger. I always loved them, but now it seems that the time is so brief and so fleeting, um, that it really does change my perspective and change how that goes. So for me, family is something that has evolved and that I value differently now that I've got parents who are in their 80s, because that's a big number. So, yeah. Deb Rogers says health. Absolutely. Health is something to be treasured at all ages, but especially as we get older. I see that Alana came in from the docks. Good evening, Alana. Thank you so much for being here. And Laura says, I think I've grown to love nature even more and treasure it way more than in my 20s and 30s, where I was basically living in nightclubs. I hear you there. So Shannon says, funny, I valued my parents and family so much more when I no, it's not a linear thing, it's not an everything, and that's why I wanted to have a conversation about this, is because there are different things that different people treasure. So Danny says, I have an amazing relationship with my big bro and sis-in-law. Everything I do, so excited for me and always checking up on how we are doing. That's fabulous that you have that closeness and that you've got that sense of family bond that you share with them. It's really important. So Ilana says she misses her parents. You don't truly appreciate them until they're no longer with you. And that's kind of my point about valuing these things in more senior years, because you have a different perspective as they are going, as they are growing older. So Laura agrees with Deb and says health is so true. Today, my 2-year cancer anniversary. Oh my goodness. And so glad I'm here. Happy anniversary. We're glad you're here and glad that you beat it. So we are sorry for your losses, Alana. The parents are it's hard. It's hard. Shannon is saying that as she gets older, I value my capabilities. I recognize anything I can do now. I need to do it while I still can. I agree with that. That's yeah, that's definitely something that I value more, what I can do and what I'm able to do. So yes, absolutely. Nightbot reminding you to type #tribe to share your YouTube link. So it is still up and running. Conscious Cruiser says that learning that more and more as I get older, I talk to my parents once every day or so. That's the same kind of thing. I've always had regular conversations, but it's just much more. And oh, Shannon says, I value you more as we grow old together. Well, I value you too, my friend. And we have been friends for a long time. We have been together for a long time. So I appreciate you. And I'm so glad to be traveling with you again soon in 65 days and going to a sloth outing on Saturday and all kinds of fun stuff. So, yes, amazing. We're glad you're here too from Conscious Cruiser. And Deb says, congratulations to Laura. It's her 9-year anniversary surviving breast cancer. Another survivor. Keep effing fighting. We hate cancer. F cancer. Awesome. Okay, so Laura also is a breast cancer survivor and happy anniversary survivor. That is fantastic. I say that all the time on my channel, Shannon, says chat. Do what you can while you can do it. I have and have no regrets. That's do stuff while you can. And Ilana saying thank you and also congrats back at Miss Laura. So here we go. #tribe. And that way everybody will be able to find you, Fast Cars and Motorbike. Make sure you go over and check out the upcoming channel contributions. So yes, congrats to all the cancer survivors. I know that our friend Jimmy, the astute tourist, is still counting in days since he had his transplant post cancer. So every morning I send him the number that it is. So it was like 118, 119. So yes. Denise says, treasure your folks while you're here. Last siblings now diagnosed with cancer. We start doctor appointments today. Yeah, we treasure those people. And I'm so sorry that your brother's going through that and that your family's going through that. So Laura says, at least I got 20-year-old Perkies. Good attitude to have. That is awesome. I went to a pink brunch this past Sunday with an amazing group of survivors. That's terrific, Alana. Those events are so inspiring and so uplifting. I love that kind of thing. Yes, from Vicky, surviving cancer is huge. Congratulations and keep up the good work. Keep up the fighting. So yeah, here we go. From Shannon, great news to hear. F cancer. Absolutely. I'm still thinking about oh yeah. You're still thinking about your mom's cousin and his family for the loss of their brother and their son. The losses are huge. So it weighs heavy. It does weigh heavy. Danny sending prayers to Denise and her brother and hope it goes as well as it can. I understand that. Um, it's these are not easy topics sometimes, and these are not easy things, but I think that when we treasure these items and these relationships and these experiences, we give them more weight and we give them more power, which I think is so important, to make it powerful and make it impactful and make sure that you are embracing elements of gratitude, especially as we get older. Um, if you base things on gratitude, it's always a positive outcome, and I think that that is something we should all keep in mind. Danny says it was so unexpected and he was a great man and your first cousin once removed. He even wrote 3 books about growing up. Wow, that's amazing. He sounds like an incredible person. He really does, Danny. So, Laura says she also really treasures people I can connect with. It's so good to meet someone, whether at work or on here, anywhere, that becomes a friend. I agree. I value this community that I've found on YouTube, of all of these people who I've never gotten to meet face to face. I've only known them through chat or only known them through their channels and their content. And yet I feel like I am friends with people. I still communicate with a number of these people. So it's important they have become friends. Now, before I forget, since it is Thursday, it is time for the affirmations for a badass card. So I am going to draw from my deck here. And today's affirmation is, or this week's affirmation is, you deserve every win coming your way. Love that. You deserve every win coming your way. You are worthy and you deserve it, and enjoy it and embrace it. So, Denise agrees this community has become family 100%. And Vicky treasures her family. She misses her parents and baby brother, who would have been 64 the other day. Still grieving dad this month, but it's only been 6 months. My doctor says it takes at least a year. I don't know that there's a number on it, but I'm sorry for your loss, and I share your pain. It's funny, Jen, that people we only know via screen become like family. Absolutely. 100%. And we are sending love to Denise. Well, it is time for me to wrap things up and start saying my goodbyes to all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in to this autumn gratitude series. Remember that every season has its beauty, and you've got to watch for it, and you've got to find it and be grateful. So thank you so much for sharing your thoughts this morning. I appreciate you all so much. Take care. Love you, and stay weird. Bye.